Hey guys, I want to do a little preview of the hunt I'm going on. Going up to Georgia, taking a few days off. I'm going to be hunting with my new Wrath 430X from CENTERPOINT, and I'll go over what I got here. So here's my Wrath. I got it set up with the CV Life scope. There's your, you can see that 1.5 by 5 by 32. It's got the lighted reticles. I like the crossbow. A little heavy, but I'm hoping that, you know, keeps it shooting straight. Beefy build on that. I'm going to be using the CENTERPOINT 300 grain bolts. I want to try these Rage Blade 2-inch cut mechanical heads. Nothing too fancy. Been working on these deer for over a year. We're thinking pretty well got their pattern figured out, where they're coming and going. I know a lot of you guys don't like the crossbows, have a problem with them. I don't care. It's legal. I'm going to use it. If you're going to hunt like Fred Bear, that's one thing, but I don't see any difference in your high-tech compounds that cost $4,000 with all your sights and everything. I don't see any difference. So you guys can drill quarters at 100 yards. No different using crossbow. These things are cumbersome too. They're a lot harder to manage through the woods and get set up and ready to shoot, and you're getting one shot. You're not going to quick reload. You're not even going to want to drag it through the woods tracking a deer. So that's what I'm going to be using. And I'm also going to be hunting in a blind. So all you blind haters, I'm not hunting out of a saddle. So just going to have a good time and hopefully put some meat in the freezer and enjoy myself. So we'll see what happens. I'm thinking about taking the old nitro too. If I can get a couple of days of hunting in, get lucky, bag one real quick, then that'll leave me a few days to hit the lake. But just in case, I think I'll take the old nitro. No big deal on that. Over the brush pile by the trail. And let's see, this is probably 15 yards and we found it.
The end of my arrow there.
Yeah, we got both sides.
In here, right here.
Yeah, he's bleeding out both sides.
Big old spot right there.
Yeah. A majestic buck. And he took a hard way through the woods right here. There's a little blood there. That's a decent blood trail. He must have got hung up, turned around for some reason.
Welcome to Florida.
It's pros.
Alright guys, here's the summary of my hunting trip. Everything went good. The deer were in and out of there all during the night. So it was like we thought. So it was going to be an early morning hunt. We was going to get one of those bucks. And luckily, the third day, one did come through at the time expected. And so I took the shot, had a solid hit. This is the arrow that, we found in the previous video, that part where you saw me find it. And there's blood all the way up on the fletchings. I don't know if you can see it. Little damage to one of the blades where it hit the rib. I hit one of the ribs. Let me put that back so I don't drop it. But yeah, the CENTERPOINT put a hurting on that old buck. I had an entry wound probably the size of a quarter. And just two little slices on the back end coming out. I think it had something to do with hitting the rib, deflecting off that, and came up a little higher on the back side. But it destroyed all his lungs and even cut the heart. I had about a 1-inch cut on the heart. It wasn't all the way through the heart. It was maybe about a 1/16 inch deep on the heart, but it scarred the heart. I was really impressed with the power this thing had. The arrow traveled, I don't know, probably 50, 60 yards from where I shot it, passed through the deer and found it in the woods. If I adding up the numbers in my head right. But yeah, he probably ran 40 yards dropped and was actually had made a U-turn. Made a U-turn around a tree. That was a friggin' acorn dropping on the barn. But yeah, he came out of the woods, kind of like crossed the trail, and made a U-turn around the tree and dropped facing back toward where he had got hit from. But I just believe he was just so delirious. He was just going down and ran around that tree. He's a big old 9-point buck, and he is in the freezer, and we're going to leave the rest. There's 3 bucks that we had picked out, and I got the 9-pointer. We believe they were both of the big ones were 8-pointers, and then there was like a 4 or 5 inch spike buck we had in there too. Several does, fawns. So we're going to let them rest of the year. We're not greedy. Gives like a good percentage ratio buck to doe, so we're going to leave it as is. Concentrate on fishing the rest of the fall. All right, guys, fish on.